My problem with my garden has gotten weird lately. Uh, I mean, you all know how it spawns cars, but now they've started evolving. So if you remember, right here we had a Corsa B diesel. Right over here we had a Corsa A saloon, or Nova saloon. But now I have a Corsa C in my back garden, which means this is not quite a car that I'm going to use, but it's rather more for sale, I shall say, or scrap. And this doesn't work out, this thing will be scrapped. But I have a plan with this that I will explain later on in the video. But first of all, I'm going to show you over it. So this is a Corsa C facelift, as you can see from the chrome grille. It's not in the best shape, but it's also not in the worst shape I've ever seen one in. There's a small dent here. I don't know if you can see that. Wow, my screen is really... it has a dent somewhere over here. I don't know if you can see that. It has some lacquer peel on the roof. There's some weird stains, some scratches. Of course, that's also what surprised me. This is nearly a 20-year-old car. This thing, nearly 20 years old. It's amazing, isn't it? How fast time flies. I remember these being new everywhere. Like, it's crazy for me. But as you can see, this is a 3-door model. I'll show the inside later. This is a 3-door Enjoy model, which means you got body colored mirrors, body colored door handles, I think more body colored bumpers. I think these rubbing strips were black plastic then, and this was black plastic. You got the darker taillights. I believe, I don't know if this model, I don't think it had the darker taillights. I think this is normal. But anyway, you can see this is an Enjoy model. You also got electric mirrors. What is that? That's not chrome, that's silver colored door handles, a silver colored gear pattern on the knob, and graphite colored inlays in the center console. That's really quite it. Now, inside this thing, I feel comfortable compared to that Fiesta, which wasn't bad per se, but this is more comfortable for me. And that's not because it's an Opel, this is really just more comfortable. Yeah, the steering wheel is plastic. Of course, it is still a cheap car. I think this cost somewhere around 10,000 euros when it was new. Yeah, somewhere around that, I believe. But of course, then you get plastic steering wheel. Or, well, plastic, it's some sort of rubber. Hardened rubber. Well, I don't know. In the base model, you didn't get these fabric bits in the door card. You get that in the Enjoy. And the Enjoy has a special seat pattern with these little rounded off squares and a blue color behind it. That's really all you can say of the Enjoy model. It doesn't have aircon, it just has the regular switchy thing. It doesn't really have anything else special. Where are we going now? Now, the fact why I got this car is because of that Fiesta you saw a week ago. That's been gone for a good 2 or 3 weeks now. But this was the current owner of the Fiesta's previous car. Now, as I told you in that video, this car is broken then. What is broken on it? The head gasket. I will try to show you later on. I'm gonna open that up already. But this is also the first time I'm gonna try to start it, because the previous owner said it would start, but the battery was too flat. So if it starts, I'm gonna go take a test drive later on to feel what's wrong with it. Radio still works. I still have the code for it, but I just need to enter it in. It's primed the fuel system. Let's try. Oh, come on, you're nearly there. Well, it's running now, barely. I didn't know it could do that. I'm genuinely surprised. Yeah, you can smell gas everywhere. Of course, because I started it that long. Let me place it down for a second. Now, I'm gonna give it a few revs. Then I'm going to turn it off because, well, it's not good for the engine, of course. I don't know what that was. Might have been a ghost. But anyway. Well, now I know that it starts. Barely. That's all I can hear. I can hear water running. Well, it starts. Sort of. This means I'm going to take it on a test drive later on, which is going to be interesting. I hope I can make a small test drive and then come back. I'm not certain if it will survive, but this thing was free anyway. I would still be able to scrap it. Well, back seat comfort. What's this? Oh, that's, yeah. Back seat. Oh, I almost fell over. Backseat comfort is ridiculous. That's the space I have. Now, that seat is set for my driving. I'm gonna move everything to the front for a minute. Yep. Of course, this being a 3-door, you do not have obvious amount of space, but still, look at this. I can sit perfectly. It's a bit tight, but I can sit perfectly even behind myself, and I am like that one other YouTuber with a saxo. You might know him. A lanky bastard. That's probably trademarked. I shouldn't say that. Anyway, space is obvious. There are also spare parts in here. I don't know what this is. This is not car related in any way. I think this is of some central heating unit or something. It's really spacious. Even for such a small car, my head has enough space. Some of you may know I had an Opel Kadett or a Vauxhall Astra Mark II in some countries, and that is a size bigger than this, and I didn't have nearly as much space in the back there as I do here because of the sloped roofline in that. But anyway, you can easily get out from the back seat because of the wide opening doors. Voila. It also has tinted windows in the back. That was something a previous owner did. Now this thing is lethal. Look at this. That can kill a guy. Kill a person even. These things always bounce off because the little connection point right there is pushed in, so I need to get that out. For this moment we're gonna just take that out. This is a spare mass airflow meter. I'm gonna put this back while I'm doing this. It's a bit moldy actually. Didn't notice that before. Here you have the spare wheel. Let's see, from August of 2004. Okay. Which is weird because this car is from March 2004. But yeah, who cares? Shady history. It does. Oh, this is. Those struts, they are like brown. Well, let's try and take this thing on a little test drive. Not a long one. I do not trust it for that. Ooh, that's not. Oh. Is that gonna clear up? Or is that just now a permanent thing? Alright, it cleared up a bit. Still gonna try and take it on a test drive. Oh, you fell over. Still gonna try and take it on a small test drive. It's not gonna be long. Now, I advise against this because this is not good for your car. stopped smoking at least, so that's... You fell over. I'm sorry, you're not gonna see much of this in this video. Wow, it's leaking! It's leaking shit onto my foot! That's probably where the leak is located. I'm not gonna go there. Of course, this thing isn't fast in any way. I'm gonna hope this thing stays running. Wow, that was 5,000 RPM. Great. Take a left here. The clutch feels a bit iffy, but it feels really juddery, but that might be the mass airflow sensor, I think. Could be the mass airflow sensor. Could also just as well be the head gasket being... Oh my god, it's going up. It's going up fast. I'm gonna go back. I really need to rev it up to keep this thing running, but... I'm gonna try to not cook the engine. But this thing is and it was driven like this for a few miles. So now at least I know it drives. Normally I'm not as wild with my cars as I am now, but this is critical. I'm gonna do a quick clutch test while there's still time. Okay, very well. Okay, so now I know that it works, at least. But you can see from that short little drive, the temperature has really shot up. And it has leaked. It has leaked onto the floor, so I believe there might be a leak behind. It's probably somewhere behind there. The fan is running like crazy. I'm gonna let it cool down. Actually needs to be a bit back. I'll do that later on. Well, now I know that it works. That was a violent drive as well. This is gonna be, yeah. This is gonna be the end to the video. I just wanted to still see how bad it is. Pretty bad, I'd say. Then again, this thing was free. If it doesn't work out, as I told before, we'll just scrap it. It's a bit steamy in there as well. Maybe I shouldn't have taken that little test drive, but now at least I know the clutch works. I know it still drives a bit. It's gonna need some work anyway, but I am going to pull that head off in September and see how bad the damage really is. Because this is quite bad. It's really hard as well. But well, yeah, what are you gonna expect from taking a test drive with a car with a broken head gasket? And it was driven 2 times with a broken head gasket, so I don't know if this thing is going to survive. If the damage is too bad, of course it needs to be scrapped. I'm not gonna put a new engine in this thing. But yeah, that's where it sits now, a few feet forward. I wanted to drive it a few feet back still, but I didn't trust it anymore. I'm just gonna push it later on. So this will be the real end of the video. And I will see you guys in the next one, which will probably be a verdict for this one. Like, we're gonna see how bad the damage is and if we need to scrap it. But I'm praying for it not to be. That would be the death of a small little Opel. Not that that happens every day. It doesn't happen every day, but it would be on my hands. It would be the second Opel the third Opel I had to scrap. So yeah, I'm gonna see how well this thing is going.